Welcome to the lesson on AIA and net retainage. I'm currently in the AIA Center and I have an AIA record up. We can tell by the application number that I've already done 2 applications on this. So I wanted to show you what you do when you're done with the AIA job and all you want to do is send out an invoice for the retainage that hasn't been previously billed. Remember that when you're doing net retainage, that means that there's no recognition for the retainage at all to this point in your accounts receivable. And on your AIA application, it is indicated that you will be billing out your retainage at the end of the job. So what you have done is completed both or all applications for the AIA job. Now this last one that we're on now is not going to be submitted. In other words, the application really is irrelevant. All we really want to do with this last one is just get the invoice created that has just the retainage on it. Okay, so even though we're going to do our 1, 2, 3 step process, it's really irrelevant. This application's actually irrelevant. All we want to do is get the invoice for it to send out for the retainage portion of the job. So we're going to pretend we're going to come in here and do step 1 and we'll just save this, but we won't do any current pricing or anything because again, this is a really kind of a dummy application. When we go into step 2, as with any application, when the AIA is set up with net, you're always asked, is this the final bill for retainage? Well, while the job is still active, you would always enter no here, so that it knows not to create the final billing for the retainage. But in this case, it is the final bill for retainage, so we say yes here. And what that will do then is create the invoice for the application. And you can see the invoice number down here, so we're going to go and take a look at that after we close this application. So remember again, this last application was really just a dummy one to get this invoice created that has the billing just for the retainage that wasn't billed for in prior applications. So as we preview this, you can see that the invoice created the verbiage on it that says this is the final billing for full retainage on this project. Retainage was not billed on prior invoices. So you would notice on the prior invoices for this AIA job that the retainage was not included in the billing portion, so this is just the retainage portion of the job that's being billed out on this invoice. And that's the difference between full retainage and net retainage, is that net retainage, you do that last step of doing a dummy app just to get this invoice created, which you can then print and bill out just for the retainage portion of the AIA job. This ends the lesson on net retainage.